This episode of the Bayou Dragons podcast is proudly brought to you by Dragon Industrial Wrap.
Fierce. Ready for any project, no matter how big or how small. Dragon Industrial Wrap.
Oh, damn, y'all got y'all's own little mini fridge, right?
Yeah. We got the mini fridge, bro.
Got it going on.
And we are back for episode number 37 with me, Tanner, Mitch McCall, and today's very, very special guest, Jacob Blackshear.
How are y'all doing?
Talking the mic, Jacob.
Pull that sucker up towards your mouth and get it comfortable.
There you go.
There you are.
You know how to sing into a mic.
I'm a rookie.
Look, I'm
help him out. So
there you go.
we've been getting asked, when's the next podcast coming out? You know, just everyday life's been taking over us. So we're back. We're white, and we are here. So Jacob is a good friend of ours, actually cousin to Mitchell. He is in the family.
I haven't seen Jacob in quite some time. It was a pleasant surprise because, you know, we had a guest back out on us today, and I said, boy, we got to get another guest, you know, or it could be me, you, and Tanner. He's like, I got you. So he was like, I'm not going to tell you who it is, though. And then Jacob comes walking through the door. I was pleasantly surprised, man.
Yeah, I hadn't seen you,
It's been a while.
it's been a long time, for sure.
But a lot of memories with Jacob. I had some good times with him. And, shit, I've been working the past damn near 3 months on a shutdown, so I haven't had any free time. I haven't been on a podcast in
Months.
So I'm happy to be back on, dude.
Yeah, I bet so. It's been months for you. Last time Tanner was on, which was the last podcast, he was completely tarnished.
I was obliterated.
You were full blown just annihilated.
Everybody watched that last.
I feel like every
podcast.
time-
I do apologize.
I feel like every time that I see you're obliterated, except for today.
Well, damn, Jacob, we only see each other once every 4 years.
Tanner's a drunkard.
Hey, man, it runs in the family, alcoholism. But it's fine. We're fine. We're here. So this will be coming out after we already post a couple of clips, but I just wanted to bring Jacob on. We've been talking about it. He's a great fucking musician, fantastic musician. We're going to get into how he started, when he started. I mean, your whole family is just musically inclined. And then just wanted to have him on just to BS, honestly. Is a good fourth person just to talk shit.
Another avid outdoorsman
out
to bullshit with.
Avid outdoorsman.
Yeah, I'm a little bit farther north than you guys, but I do love the outdoors for sure.
Yeah, you're a northerner.
Not a Marsh guy,
Yeah.
but
Like them woods.
Dude, the first time, I remember, so just to backtrack, the first time Jacob ever went to into the Marsh was with me and Mitchell and Swamp, and we went out last day of the season. This is like 4 or 5 years ago, and we straight up just put a hurting on him.
Dude, anytime I brought out Jacob or one of his brothers, I brought out Mark as well, and every time I brought either of them out, we smoked the birds every time. I don't know what it was. It was years ago when the hunting was a little better too, but we smashed them every time I brought them out.
Well, that was our first time to like use layout blinds in the Marsh.
Oh, I know the exact time you're talking about,
and
dude. Yes.
Dude, it was dumb. Like literally dumb. The birds.
that was a great first experience for sure.
Middleton.
Middleton?
It was
Dude, what a
Middleton.
hunt that was, because we set up those layout blinds right on the water's edge right there.
Yeah. Our
And-
feet were almost getting wet.
Yeah, and those birds were just...
Was it Connor's Pond? Where Connor likes to hunt up front? South?
Yeah.
South end?
Yeah, I think so. But let me tell you, dude, those birds, they were coming to the call that morning, and it had been like a shitty past few weekends. Like they weren't, you know, it wasn't that good. And I think I told Jacob, like, you know, it's hit or miss. And those birds were just falling in right on top of us, like in our laps. And there for a minute, we weren't hitting any birds because they were so close. And
We're
we
shooting
weren't used
through
to
them.
it.
We're
Yeah.
shooting past them.
So we had to readjust, but we ended up limited that morning, all gadwall, and that was fun.
Yeah, straight gadwall sleigh, 4-man. If it took us an hour, it was because we missed like 100
Yeah,
before.
we missed a bunch of birds. That
Like it was just the first couple of volleys come in, and you're used to shooting birds at 40 yards away. You know, they're over here 5-10 foot in front of us because they could not see those layout blinds.
Yeah.
we
and-
threw a close spread.
And Jacob would just sing to him, you know. He just
No, I can remember laying back in that lay down blind I was so damn tired. And I'd just be about to fall asleep, and then all of a sudden Mitchell would be like, all right, shoot. And everybody'd fly up. I'd come up out of straight up freaking nocturnal sleep and try to find a bird. But they were close. They were really close like that. But that's pretty similar to like hunting the woodies, like
The
like
wood
I like to
duck.
do.
The wood duck.
I don't even bring a 12 gauge whenever I go hunt the woodies. I bring 20 gauge.
22.
But I like bringing people. I like bringing people that don't hunt the marsh much and out and letting them get the full experience. You know, leaving the house early as shit, getting out there, staying out there all night, and it paid off that morning.
It really did pay off. The mosquitoes were great.
I mean, the marsh can provide some just absolutely
It
phenomenal
used to
hunts.
provide.
I mean, it used to regularly. Now
Regularly.
it's
Now it's a
in right
treat.
now.
That's a treat. That's why we still do it, because when it does happen, it's very special.
Yeah.
But that morning would definitely go down and like in my top 5 marsh hunts. Like we've had some fantastic ones, but that one was just special for him. Like the whole deal, the camaraderie, the Jacob being first time marsh, we popped his cherry. He enjoyed the trash out of himself, and he was like, man, this shit's easy. And I was like, we haven't limited in like 4 weeks, you know?
Bring him to the easiest spot to get to in the entire marsh and blast him.
Yeah. His first marsh experience was the easiest.
Yeah,
you could
Porter's
be.
like, man, it may not be very good. I don't want to kind of hype you up, make you think it's going to be something. Dude, we freaking slaughtered them.
Yeah. We put a.
And I've got on some wood ducks, like, I mean, everywhere you freaking look, lighting on top of you. But, I mean, it was damn near that.
Yeah. The gray ducks.
In that
did.
section of marsh, I've shot more woodies in that section of marsh than anywhere.
Oh, shit.
It's straight up
Oh,
woodies.
we get wood ducks in the marsh. These past couple of years, we've shot a few. But I will tell you this, and I don't know if I've said this before. For some people, it's setting the hook on a fish. For some people, it's getting that deer in the scope. But for me, it's those birds in the marsh
cupped,
flying, and you call them, and they react to your call, and then they spread eagle in your decoys, man. That does it for me. That gets me erect.
dude. You know what? Until I have Alzheimer's, the one time that I will always remember until I literally can't is that time. And you were there whenever that solo spoonie on pond 4 flies by.
McFadden, West End, Central Unit.
Y'all should all go hunt it. And
Oh yeah.
Tanner goes.
Okay, yeah.
Tanner just with his gadwalk goes. "Mwah." And that thing, I've never seen a bird.
No, I haven't either.
Just
It was one of those, we were basically done with the hunt, right? It was like
Yeah.
at the end of the hunt, we were all just kind of sitting there. We were all standing up in the middle of the blind. Nobody gave a shit at the time. And that single duck flew, directly away
have a
from
chance.
us. He was pretty high, but nobody saw him until he was well past the decoys. And I just remembered everybody was silent. Nobody said a word.
You just grunted
I
at
just
him?
went, that sumbitch did a fucking backflip.
dude, I could have swore Tom Cruise was driving that thing because that thing went Mission Impossible. Dude.
Dude, it was
Straight
so
up.
ridiculous. We were all sitting there laughing, like, what the hell? And then it comes so close, everybody was like, dude, you called it. You shoot it. And I just, boom, one
And it was
shot,
one of those-
folded it.
I don't want to lie. Like, I don't want to be the liar, but I think that was like that bird finished our it was like 5-man limit that day. And
Yeah,
was like,
it might have.
I think that
don't
was like
remember.
it was like one of the final birds to finish out that awesome
We shot
hunt.
more birds the rest of that day. We didn't, I don't think we left after that note, but
No, but that was like one of the last ones. Like that was within the last limit of our 5-man limit that day, and it was so funny.
that was,
that shit there,
I've never seen a bird do that.
Oh, straight up just like broke its neck.
shagging ass,
He wanted
gone.
it. He wanted it.
One quack, and
Spoonbill boy.
straight back flip, and locked up, spread eagle right into the
Spread.
You know,
eagle.
it's funny because
Spread.
we shoot a bunch of spoonies here, and dude, there's a bunch of people up north that shovelers.
They'll die to shoot a
They're
spoonie.
like a prize trophy for them.
Dude, that's the number one. If you look up the Ducks Unlimited, the most sought after bird in North America is a spoonbill.
That's insane.
And it's so, I'm being dead serious. It's like so funny that I'm like a full plumage northern shoveler, green headed spoonbill drake is like the most sought after bird. And I'm like, we kill those by the thousands.
We laugh when we shoot one. You know, it's a joke.
We shoot past those and try to kill teal. Or
And the funny thing is, I mean, we eat everything we shoot. I mean, but I've hunted with people before. They're like, I ain't cleaning that spoonie, you know.
yeah,
Bro.
that's-
It's
Stuff
just,
them in
it's
the
like a
mud
piece
or-
of trash, you know.
Yeah.
That's like
Some people, it's trophy, you know.
that's like people around here that are like, dude, man, I don't eat Zumos. I'll cook it at work. I'll like do a gumbo. I'll put Zumos in it, and people are like, dude, man, the sausage in this, fantastic, dude. What is this? What is this? I wait till everybody gets a bowl. They go for their seconds. I go, it's Zumos.
Yeah.
Eat it.
If you don't like party time Zumos, there's something wrong with you. I mean,
Party time, boy.
You can't beat a freaking Zumo.
Dude,
And I
party
do hear
time.
that they process deer meat as well.
They do.
And they're pretty good from what I understand.
I just want them to take my deer and make the sausage they do,
Yeah.
or just trade it. Give me some free sausage, boy.
Few
But anyway-
party packs.
Few party packs. Anyway, so Jacob, you started. You figured out you were musically inclined at a pretty young age.
I mean, yeah, I mean, pretty much didn't have a choice. As soon as I knew how to walk, we were going over to my granddad's house out in Hildebrandt, and old Mitchell would show up. We'd be running around acting like fools.
climbing trees.
Yeah, and
Pine trees.
and all the aunts and uncles would be in the kitchen, and dang near every one of them would have a musical instrument, and if they didn't, they'd be singing. And I just wish that I could go back and cherish those moments, because I took it for granted back then, and I didn't realize what we actually had. But I'm telling you, it was something special.
Yeah,
Very, very special.
I didn't get to, like, I definitely wasn't there every time that y'all were there. But growing up with Mitchell, I got to be there a lot, go to family reunions, go to Grandpa's house, go pick the dewberries, and go vandalize all the vehicles in the back. And
Yeah, Grandpa had like at least 10 old cars back there.
Old clunkers in the woods, man.
I
dude,
guess that was a thing back then.
oh, dude, I remember one time, I'm not going to say who, but I remember Mitchell, like, it was like going for treasure. We heard there was a nudie picture back there. Do you remember this?
I recall, yes.
And it was
Are
back.
you talking about one of our uncles?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and
One of our uncle's shop.
yes, in the shop, and we kept, like, every time we'd go there, we'd break into his shop looking for this nudie. Like, it was like a myth. I don't even think it actually existed, but we just knew he had a naked photo of like a woman in this shop. So like me and Mitchell are like 8 years old, digging around through all this shit, just looking for this nudie photo. It was like freaking looking for doubloons, boy.
we never found it.
Never found it, dude. And it was just like, I think Luke probably just like made it up just so
That
we would,
sounds like Luke.
like, he would just be like, hey, Uncle blah, blah, blah has a nudie photo. And it's like, gang, we about to get it, dude. Dude, and that, I just remember that. And Mitchell, one time, I remember we're throwing knives at trees and shit. And Mitchell just is dumb. He opens up the knife and grabs it. Like, he goes to throw it with the blade facing his hand. He hums it. And like, it was like a beautiful throw, sticks. And we're like, oh yeah. Like, we're all pumped up, and we look over, he's just gushing blood.
Children, man. We're little children.
We're children. Yes. I mean,
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, it built character,
oh yeah.
It built
and it's better than sitting in the house
Dude, I just watched,
watching a damn video game.
dude,
So
I remember we brought him into the kitchen, like you're saying, the whole family's in there, and they just like brought out the first aid, threw on butter. He probably needed stitches, and they just threw on those little butterfly strips on his palm of his hand, you know? Dude, that shit was so good. Climbing that big ass pine tree. Oh, so many good times. But then as you got older, Jacob, you figured out like, oh shit, I'm actually very good at this, which you and your brothers, especially James, he's
all of them.
Yeah,
are very talented.
So I think James and Sam, my two older brothers, they started kind of picking up the guitar. I don't know. They're probably 10 or so. And I thought it was cool, so I tried to learn as well. And so probably since about maybe, I don't know, 7 years old, I've been playing the guitar, and didn't really start singing. I sang in church, you know, and then just around whatever, but didn't really start singing and playing until probably I got into high school, and we had the FFA talent show, and I was told, hey, man, you should enter in this. I was like, sure, why not? And it ended up being a pretty cool experience. I got to compete. I actually made it to the state contest and everything.
Tell people, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but tell people how big it actually is.
It's which it surprised me, At first, they take in the whole entire state of Texas, each district competes, and then you go to area, and then if you win area, you go to state. Well, you're competing against the top 10 areas in the state of Texas, and it was probably around 13,000 people.
In the audience.
Yeah, in the audience. And it was I was nervous, but what made it worse, I can still remember sitting back there the worst part for me in singing is not remembering how to sing. That's just whatever, but it's remembering the freaking words to the song. I struggle with that because I just get in my own head and whatever. So I'm backstage, and I pulled number 1. So I got to be the first freaking contestant to go. I'm like, oh, cool. Whatever. And sitting backstage, making sure I'm going over all my stuff. And I'm nervous. But on top of that, there's this freaking AC unit, 4 freaking vents just blowing ice cold air right on top of me. And I'm like, I'm already nervous, kind of shaking. And if I ain't shaking already, it's because the freaking AC's negative freaking 15 degrees. And, but hey, I went out, did what I could, and I didn't win, but
you got second, didn't you?
I had a freaking blast. I don't think they really do a second or
third,
or
none of
fourth.
that.
It's kind of like they announced the winner. I feel like in my heart I got second.
Yeah, you probably did. You don't remember who beat you? Because I always tell this story, which I kind of embellish on, was that Co Wetzel was a year or two before you.
Yeah, he was kind of one of the main reasons that I actually even pursued it, because I saw him do it, and I was like, man, this dude's freaking good.
Yeah.
And I seen all the publicity and the traction. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind doing it. Whenever my ag teacher came to me and was like, hey, you need to think about doing this, I was like, game. Whatever.
Game. And you made it out of our area, which is giant.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was there was some very good talent. There was some very, very good talent. I will say that. Everybody has their own opinions about things, but these people, they're very musically gifted for sure.
Yeah. I mean, well, whenever you have, I'm Googling this. I wish we had a Jamie.
I done told you who we need to get.
Who?
Grundle.
Oh, dude, Grundle would be great.
He'd
Jamie.
be perfect, Jamie.
What's a Jamie?
So basically, hey, look this up. And
to throw us facts.
Grundle will throw the facts.
While we're sitting here talking shit,
Yeah, and that was my suggestion, was to get Grundle.
Dude, Grundle would be fucking...
Okay. So, I think
Plus,
we might...
he'd be making us laugh the whole goddamn time.
I wonder if we could actually get him to do it. Do you think we could, pay him to do that?
Yeah, I 100% think Grundle would be all...
I think that'd be dope. Anyway, and if not, if he can't, let's, rotate him and Connor out, because Connor's on our shift now.
Yeah.
We know when he works, he can be our... and what we'll do is just make a name up for him, for both of them, just one solo name. But so I just looked up. It said there's over 1,200. There's over 1,250 districts in the state of Texas. Which, anybody that's not listening to this that's not from Texas and be like, damn, that's a lot, because I'd imagine Rhode Island has 7. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
So you have hundreds of thousands of kids trying out to do this, to make the top 10 to go to the state of Texas, and you made it. So that's huge.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was I'll tell you what, though, the crowd, that's probably the easiest crowd to please. You could go up there and just
eat
talk.
shit.
You could just go up there and talk, and everybody's going crazy.
Did anybody not sing?
There was a couple of other different acts. I think some people played the drums, did some different skits.
Someone didn't. Did someone go up and do jokes, stand up? That would have been awesome. And was actually good
For ag.
Dude, yeah, just act.
Just go up there.
Yeah, they're just
do a comedy show.
Yeah, what about these heifers?
What if somebody did? Oh, have you seen the? Oh my God, I can't even. It's it's almost cringing. The pig squilling contest.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I mean, it's shit like that is fucking the roosters. I mean, it's
Dude, the rooster one,
cringy, man. It's
the rooster
rough
one
to
got
watch.
Dude,
Those are hilarious
Dude,
to watch.
imagine someone walks up at the state, like got in with singing, and then goes up in the top 10 and just goes, "Here, piggy, 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 piggy," just like just
seen that?
Yes, I have
screaming,
seen it.
dude. If I was in this audience, I would automatically shit my pants, and then I'm clipping that.
Tanner's getting tossed.
Dude, I'm clipping that. He just spit. He literally did a spit take. Oh my God. That just hit the lens almost.
Straight Basil Hayden to the camera.
Anyway, yeah, I would have just changed my pants right there. But anyway, so, I mean, you know what, Jacob, if you're not first, you're last. So you got last there.
I did.
But it's fine. You're still good. And today we were glad to have you come out here and give us a little personal concert. Like I said, I sent it to a handful of people on Snapchat, and people were like, "Oh my God, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with me." Like I just sent them Jesus Christ, like
The Messiah.
the Messiah preaching to me, and it was just you singing. But they're like, "Dude, people get their rocks off to you, man." So I'm hoping we can get you a little bit of traction, posting a couple of videos. But before this ends, we will plug all your social media, just so the couple of thousand people that do watch the podcast hopefully will follow you, and then we'll tag you in all the videos that we do.
Cool deal.
We might even open up this podcast with like a clip of you singing.
We should do
that'd
that.
be
I got some good videos.
That'd be a
of
good
Jacob
opening.
That would.
playing a few songs earlier. Very
I'm not
impressed.
really the social media savvy like you guys, but hey, y'all know how to do it. Let it rip.
I do want to talk, and we'll get back to like outdoor talk and all that shit. But you played a clip earlier for Tanner because he had no clue. Excuse me, I just burped. And
I know where this is going.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
so Tanner,
Took me a
as we
second.
know, there's two things we know about Tanner. One, he goes to Disney World all the time.
Correct. I was
Correct.
going to say that if you didn't.
So you're broke.
Thank you.
I've been twice.
So Tanner goes to Disney World
Planning his third
quite
trip
often.
already.
Yeah, third trip. And this is this year. So, and then he works at Goodyear, the tire shop. So,
Been 3 times.
So Tanner does two things where he works. He makes the tires that you drive, majority of America, and he does the rubber.
Golf balls.
Oh, I wasn't even going to say golf balls. I was going to say he makes the rubber for condoms.
Yes.
And tell me I'm wrong.
No. Okay.
The off
So yes, Goodyear does make the rubber for condoms.
Off-brand.
Trojan.
No, Trojan, bro.
Is it
I'm not
Trojan?
saying Trojan. I don't know. We make latex rubber.
Probably lifestyle, huh?
We make latex rubber. So I don't know. I don't
off-brand.
know the exact companies.
The great value.
It could be the Great Value version. Who knows?
Dude, who would buy a great
I
value
would.
condom?
I would. Porter
Well,
probably would.
I'm not. My mom will never watch this, so I'm not too afraid to say this. But not going to say what age I was, but I used to just go to the car wash and buy the Lifestyles, the 25-cent ones. They never worked. The tuxedo blacks, man. That's the Anahuac.
Too big size?
Hold
or-
on.
No, they just automatically ripped.
Hold on a second. They
That's the
sell
ones Tanner
condoms-
makes.
They
That's
sell condoms at car washes.
Yes, and I used to buy them
That's
there.
the ones you make at your plant.
Probably.
off brand.
Probably.
So I might have used one or two, and they never worked. And then in hindsight, I'm like, Tanner, you make shitty fucking rubber.
It could possibly. It could be those. Yeah.
And so if you do the Lifestyles, do not buy them,
I mean,
especially
we
the
make rubber
tuxedos.
for tires. We make rubber for a lot of medical equipment, latex, stuff like that.
Anyway,
Why'd you point at me when you said latex?
Because you've been calling me out this whole time about making latex condom rubber.
Okay.
anyway, we went off on a little banter there, but so Jacob works with me now at Enterprise. Say with me, he works alongside with me at Enterprise Products, and before that, you used to be just a hand, bro. Like you're a pipe fitting fool, bro.
Yep. I was I was just a shitty old construction hand.
You're a shitty old construction hand, but you worked many places. But one of them that stuck out to you was Goodyear.
Oh, dude, that was the best job I've ever had, hands down. Like, I miss it sometimes because it was so damn fun. I was like working with my best buds out of high school, and I don't know, man. We were on 410s, worked 4 days, had the weekend to go do whatever the heck we wanted, come back on Monday feeling like absolute hammered dog shit, and make it through another 4 and do it all over again.
What company were you with at the time?
Gulfspan.
Okay.
Gulfspan.
That was,
Is Gulfspan even a thing anymore?
It used to be
Oh,
Connex.
Yeah, Gulfspan.
Gulfspan's still a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't exist in Goodyear anymore.
Well, no.
I think
But
blackballed. That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Jacob, when he was out there, wrote a special song like years ago. This is years ago.
So we had a
Go ahead and embellish.
whenever me and all my brothers were living together on the west end of Beaumont, we called our house Green Meadow Recording Studios. And
Is that where I attended the Halloween party?
Yes.
Oh, were you there?
Yes, he was there.
Oh, were you
Me and-
there?
I was there.
I was there too. Me and Tanner rode together.
Yeah, they left me. Everybody left me there.
you
I
were in
slept
the
on the
garage.
fucking
There was
couch.
I couldn't even walk inside my own house.
What a good time that was. I enjoyed that gathering.
Oh, that was a blast. That was probably one of the best ones we had there.
That was a good one.
It was
So that was Green Meadow Recording Studios. And one weekend, we'd all get together, and we came up with a Goodyear song. And so we had a lot of characters that we worked with, and me and my shout out to one of my good buddies, Reese Gray, co-writer.
Reese. What's up, Reese? Fucking nice mustache, by the way.
God damn, that dude has a mustache.
Dude, that
Oh,
dude
yeah.
has a mustache.
But anyways, me and him got together and we wrote the Goodyear song with the help. Everybody else had their little chime in parts. It's kind of a group effort. But man, that was a good time for sure.
And you don't have to sing it. Just what's the main dude's name again?
So
Just
there was an old guy that we worked with. He pretty much showed me the ropes when it came to the construction industry, and his name was Johnny Barnhill. And this dude, he was about 5'5", but walked around like he was probably 7 foot. And probably one of the most interesting people that you would ever meet. And one of the things that I vividly remember is how he would take a pinch of snuff. And I never seen anything like it. I've been around tobacco, and I've dipped since I don't know how long, but he would take his can, and this is all in a matter of about 1.5 seconds. Pull his can out of his pocket, flip it open with one hand, pull it to his mouth, use his tongue, take a scoop out of it with his tongue, and stick it in his top lip right here. Dude, his top 2 teeth were black. I need to get on that level, dude. Bro.
That's
Hey,
impressive.
that's a pipe-fitting son of a bitch. I'm telling you what, man. He taught me everything I knew.
Dude, Johnny Barnhill. Dude, if we can
Johnny
find,
Barnhill.
hey, Johnny, if you watch this podcast, hopefully you're still alive. We don't even know where you're at. I don't even know who you are.
How old would this fella be at this moment?
Man, he's probably, I would say, touching 70.
Dude, if Johnny Barnhill is still alive and he's still with us, like in Southeast Texas, I would love for him to hop on the podcast.
Ridiculous.
All right, it's going.
Okay. Where did we leave off before we... Oh, Tanner was talking about Goodyear and just saying your boss knew... This is in between. You were just saying your boss knew everybody that ever...
Johnny Barnhill.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what I was gonna say, but I'll go back tomorrow. I'll ask some questions to see if they know some Johnny Barnhill.
Hell yeah.
Odds are my boss knows him.
Jacob, have you ever thought, and I'm sure you have, but so like your brother James is a very good singer, and he's written some songs, and he's very skilled at the guitarist, if you will. he's done. I remember when he did the Texaco country music competition. I don't remember. Do you remember when he did that?
Was that the one at Dixie?
When he did it at Dixie, yeah.
Yeah,
For
I remember that.
This region, and like
Yeah,
he made
he
it to
killed
like
it.
yeah, he made it through like the first couple rounds, and it was the round before he had to, they got to go to Austin as like kind of like the same thing as like we were talking about earlier with the high school, like every area of Texas. Then they went to Austin, and James made it to like the round before. And what's funny was the person he lost to at the time actually worked with me at oil tanking,
What was his name?
Brett and Lowe.
Oh, yep. I do remember that.
And it was kind of the same situation. Like, and he's very skilled, like not taking nothing away from him, but he had like a full blown band. Like when you were in high school and you played just guitar. You lost to the person that won was a full blown band.
Yeah, they had the full whole
and
shebang.
And James lost to a guy that had a full blown shebang playing at Dixie. And I remember going and seeing James and Brett, and I'm like, well, I mean, for more of a show, Breton definitely, like, you know, just because there's drummer, there's bass, there's all this shit. Just not just like
It sounds better.
it just sounds better. But
Yeah.
James
How do
is
you beat that? You know,
James is good, man. He really is.
Yeah, he's
He's
gifted.
very Easton Corbinish.
Yes, very.
Like
Damn near identical. Back in the day, I think his voice has changed a little bit over the years, but back like, probably 2012-ish, sounded freaking identical.
well, and he would play. Let me grab Mitchell a beer.
Thank you.
He would play Easton Corbin songs, like, and I think that's kind of. I remember the judges saying that was his downfall was that instead of playing like one of his originals, was he played like an Easton Corbin, and
Yeah.
it sounded great. Like it's fantastic, identical, but it was like that's not what they wanted. You know, they wanted some OG shit.
Yeah, he definitely has a knack for like writing songs. He can freaking whip up a song in 30 minutes if he wants to, but it may not be worth a dang. But about 1 out of every 10 is a freaking hit.
A banger.
Yeah, it's good. He's got my favorite one that he sings is called All Mine.
It's on Spotify too. All Mine, James Blackshear.
It sounds like if he were to make it, like that would be a hit for sure.
That is a good song. I actually have that one saved on my Spotify. Like that's a good song. Check it out if you do listen to this and have Spotify. And if you don't have Spotify, be a grown up. Get Spotify. Apple Music is for children.
I use
just because Apple products are trash.
We're not
No,
going
no,
down.
Amen,
No,
brother.
No,
No.
Amen, brother.
I'm
Okay.
not doing this
Well,
right now.
No.
Look at this.
We've
right now.
already had this
Nokia.
great debate.
Dude, Jacob, you have Cricket Wireless, and your wife, who's in the background of this right now watching, has been begging you to go up at least to AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, you know, something with...
Nope. All she has is a landline.
Well, I know.
That's it.
She's been begging you to do something about it. And we know how much
What
you
are
make.
those cameras called when you take the photo and you have to wind it? What's those cameras? You know, what I'm
Like a
talking
Polaroid?
about? Polaroid.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what she's back here taking photos of us with.
Yeah. That
This
we're gonna,
entire podcast.
we're
She
gonna-
didn't even have.
we have a Kodak Polaroid in the background, and we're going to post these on here. But,
Samsung all the way, bro.
dude, shut up. Shut up. Okay? And, trash. Dude,
I will say this: a Samsung Droid. No, I'm not even gonna say, a Droid product. It has a good camera, and that's what I look for in a phone: a good camera, good user friendly. But the Droid, when you go to upload it or send it to anybody, the quality diminishes
right.
drastically.
tenfold.
That has nothing to do
You have
with
to get a droid.
Just listen. Let me finish. For what we do, you can't have that. You got to have an Apple iPhone product to be able to upload the good quality images and send stuff. You haven't, hey,
Look,
does this
I'm
look
sorry
good?
that y'all
Talking
want
good.
trash products that I can't send my stuff to you because
Tanner.
it's y'all's fault.
Stay down there on the end.
If,
And,
if Apple would just join everybody else, like every other fucking phone company out there, the photos would go through clearly.
Dude, we've gone through this, and so we're getting our trailer wrapped right now, and it will be out before this is. It'll probably be done before this podcast is uploaded. And if it isn't, then
It depends on who's uploading it.
hopefully Mitchell has it uploaded. Like honestly, I want Mitchell to work on it tomorrow. Hopefully,
I'll have it done soon, man.
Okay. Anyway, we each one of us is going to have a picture of us, like a hunting photo, on the side of the trailer. You know, me and T. Wheeler on one side, Mitch and Matt on the other, and Matt said, "Hey, everybody, send the photo that you want to be used on the trailer." Tanner sends one that he had taken with a droid.
No, I never took that photo. You know where I got that photo?
Tim.
No, it was off the drive. I downloaded it off the fucking drive.
No,
let me tell you. Let me
we
know.
share.
Let
No,
him
that
let him
was-
finish.
Yes, it
Okay.
was.
Let him finish.
No.
No, I'm saying it was off the drive, and I sent it straight to Matthew. I searched the drive for 3 days for a single fucking photo of me that don't exist. That nobody takes photos of me. That was the only one I could find. So I sent it to Matthew, and then Matthew just randomly.
That photo was taken
He just
off Tanner's
randomly had
droid
one.
a couple of years ago when he shot that banded mallard. He said, "Here, take
No.
my picture."
No.
And he handed me his droid.
That is
and I
not
took
true.
the photograph and don't know how it got on the drive, but
Don't say.
That's
it was
not
off
true.
the droid.
No,
and it was
Mitchell knows.
pixelated junk.
Okay, I'll tell you and I'm pretty sure it's already on a podcast. Mitchell went to take a piss off the front of the boat like a jackass in the middle of the hunt. A fucking duck, one single duck was flying dead straight at the pond. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, 6 inches off the water. Just cruised right across the pond, laid up, eagle spread right in the middle of the spread, and I blasted it. Of course, it was a banded model duck. Mitchell remembers very clearly because he was pissed off because he was on the front of the boat taking a leak. Well, the only thing he could reach was his camera. So he reached, he grabbed the camera, videoed the whole thing. We have the whole thing on camera. As soon as we shot it, Tex retrieved it, my dog. He ran out, grabbed the bird, came straight back. Mitchell took a photo of me with his camera and put it on, and over. That was years ago. How many years ago was that?
So the first thing is this.
It's on the drive. I never took a photo of my droid.
Tanner says I was happy for Tanner. I wasn't pissed at him. I was like,
No, he
yeah.
was
I was
pissed.
excited for him because he
was-
shot a banded waterfowl duck.
He was
I was
mad as
happy
shit
for him
because he didn't have his gun in his hand.
I have bands. I've shot bands. So Tanner, you know, if he shoots a band, I get excited. I ain't mad about it. So that's a lie. First off,
He's full of shit.
No, I was happy for him.
Hey, let's get the gloves.
And he handed me his Android to take the picture. That's what happened. You can believe whoever you want, but that's what happened.
He
at the end of the day.
recorded and photographed the whole hunt with his whatever camera that was.
Dude,
It was an old camera, which I will say it was an old camera at the time because
Dude.
that was years ago.
I'm just telling you. What y'all,
Anyway,
y'all
who
went off of
gives
that
a
ramble.
shit?
Y'all went off that ramble.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the one photo Tanner sent was shit. I'm saying like it would have looked like a giant pile of trash on the side of our. So we found a good one of Tanner, and you know, camera quality, and it's going to look really good. And I hope everybody does thoroughly cherishes our trailer whenever we do have it. Hopefully no one vandalizes it and draws penises all over it.
Somebody will.
Someone will. But it's fine. We're fine.
Or just
but
burn it to the ground.
burn it to the ground. There's only a bunch of apparel in it. But yeah. So Tanner, no.
Dude,
But
I
if
will
y'all-
tell you this.
But if y'all had Samsung products, it would have been.
We're
nice
not
and
we're not
clear.
talking about that no more. But when we talking about the trailer, man, I'm pretty excited about getting that trailer back. I've never wrapped anything before, so I think it's pretty cool to have
3
a trailer.
months down the road, we're finally getting able to do it.
No kidding. Hey, it ain't our fault.
Hey, we're here. We're here. But we got it. It's going to be perfect timing for the Texas Trophy Hunters. We will be at all of them. I will be at every single one of them. Hopefully Tanner and Mitch and Matt will be at them too.
Only thing I'm worried about is our apparel staying in it because.
What do you mean?
We just left it in the trailer, bro.
Oh, the apparel that's in there at, yeah. So if it does get stolen, we know where it's at.
Yeah.
Like, so
It just depends on.
hopefully they don't pooch.
I've
Yeah,
had that
whatever.
issue before. I had my truck was getting worked on by Philpott, and someone broke in my truck at Philpott, wherever they work
I'll
on
tell you
their
what,
trucks.
nobody broke into it. It was the workers.
Yeah, it was probably the workers. Stole all my shit, and I had like thousands of dollars worth of like sound system stuff. And they called me and said, "Oh, all your stuff got stolen." You know, probably like
Was that the Sundowns?
yeah,
I thought that got stolen
well,
at high.
my-
I thought they got stolen at the high school.
no.
I remember that.
And
now.
I said, "Well, are y'all going to do anything about it?" And they're like, "No." we're not going to do anything about it. No discount or nothing.
Thanks, Bob Thuman. But Philpott, he had, dude, that was, and I actually mentioned that this week. We're talking about systems, and I drove into work my last day knowing I was only, like, I'm off for now like 3 weeks, you know. I was banging, you know, and they're like, dude, that shit sounds so good. I'm like, dude, my shit sounds like dog shit compared to what Mitchell's Sundowns used to. Those 212 Sundowns in the back,
Man,
custom
them
box.
things were fucking
Dude, those things rock.
They slammed, dude.
badass.
They slammed. And whenever they got stolen, I was like, R.I.P., pour one out for the homies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, those were nice.
I'll be honest. So when you started that a minute ago, I thought where you were going was that iPhone you bought from that guy.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've gotten scammed and stolen from many times, but hey, at the end of the day, can't do shit about it.
Jacob, so you still drive an old school truck?
What year is that?
No
06,
Goldilocks,
07?
baby.
That's got to
Yeah.
be 06,
Can't beat her.
07.
Yeah, it's like an old, just,
No, it's a 04, babe.
04?
you drive an old.
I didn't think that body style was 04. Okay. Yeah.
That was
04.
probably the first year that body style was
probably had to be.
04.
Because
Got that
we
OG,
had one
baby.
growing up. It was 06. It was that same body style. I thought that was the first year.
That's what Robert May had too, but he had the maroon, like, but yours is gold. And you, since I've known you, you've had it.
Oh yeah, that was my first vehicle.
What?
Didn't get it
What? That was your first vehicle and you still drive it?
first and only.
That is
Dude,
impressive.
I take care of my things.
I'm proud of you.
I've
That's
seen
awesome.
Jacob change so much shit on that
We're
truck.
the same age, dude. I've had like 5 vehicles.
Dude, I've probably changed them. Everything but the engine.
Everything but the engine you have changed on that thing. I've seen you change.
200. Surprisingly, you would probably think it has more being 04, but it only has like 250.
I'll catch you in
That's-
like 3 years.
Impressive.
I'll catch you in like 3 years.
Well, I bought it with 30,000 miles on it in 2013.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's when we graduated.
Well, I was 12. So,
Well, I'm sorry. You were the year before me.
yeah. So I
Tanner,
rode around.
stop talking about how you got held back. Okay?
I'm not talking about that. I forgot he was 12. I was 13. He was 12. I was 13.
Tanner couldn't read.
I'm dumber than shit. I went to Hampshire Finette.
No, when you got held back, you were
I got
at
held back in
Lumberton.
Lumberton. So
We're at
okay.
Lumberton.
You were
Yeah.
what do they call those lumber
I was
t-shirts?
like 5. So
Yeah,
I got
they're
held back.
Tanner failed drawing in the lines.
Yeah,
but
literally.
we're not going to talk
Apparently.
about that. He's very sensitive
That's
to that.
fine. I'm not sensitive. That's fine. We'll
No.
have a whole full blown conversation about it. But anyway, yeah, Jacob has that is a beautiful truck for that year.
Oh, dude, I love it.
It's gorgeous.
I'll never get rid of it. Everybody ask me when I'm going to get a new one. I just tell them never.
Don't, man. Don't. I would still be driving Reba if she wouldn't have had
Oh
7
my
foot of water.
God. I was disappointed when you had to let her go.
And the only reason I let her go is because there was, like, I was like, well, there's where my truck's supposed to be. There's 3 foot of water above it. Like, she's done.
That was a bad day.
That was a bad day. All around for the whole community. Bad day.
If Porter had children, he would have 2 freaking car seats.
In
You
Reba.
know, it's a 3 wide. It was a single cab,
Hell
so it was
yeah.
only 3 seats.
That was in 2013. That was the last time. Like, that was the last year they actually did a true, like, they didn't add the extra. It was fucking single
Yep.
Tacoma.
If you hit your head back, it was the window.
Yeah, they didn't. The seats didn't lean back, and I drove the piss out of that thing, man. She built so much character.
She had character, man.
Dude, that time. Oh, never mind.
Dude, the time that we both got lost going
No,
to your house.
that's what I was literally not going to talk about. Okay,
I'm pretty sure we've already had that conversation. But
we haven't on here, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
I
that's fine.
I was young and maybe under the influence, and I don't want to talk about it because that's not legal. And if you're not 21, don't drink. And if you are 21 and drink and get pulled over and get a DWI or DUI, that's on you. All right. So you just bought your wife, Jacob, a Grand Wagoneer?
Hell no.
That's what I heard. Oh, you're buying her one.
No.
Ain't that- Taylor, that's right.
Not even close.
Gang, Taylor. Fuck yeah.
Not even close.
Dude, we know what you meant, bro.
Yeah, please don't buy
Hey.
her a Grand Wagoneer.
Why?
It's a Dodge product.
No,
That's a nice vehicle.
I won't.
not
I
a
won't
big
buy her
Nice, but it's
a
still
new.
Dodge.
I won't buy her a new vehicle until my kids learn how to not trash it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a
you.
good
How
plan.
many kids do you have? You're
3.
You have 3 children. I know this, but I'm just So you have 3 children. They're all young. Y'all didn't fuck around. Y'all had them like y'all ain't messing around. And honestly, your wife doesn't.
snip now?
Your wife doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
He cut his
yes.
penis
Snip
off.
now? Oh, that's good. Good.
He straight up cut it off.
Well, I plan on doing it as soon as we're done.
Let's get
No,
into that.
dude, it was,
I'm curious about that
oh my
procedure.
God.
This
Yeah.
is the vasectomy procedure. Jacob,
How many
please
more-
walk us through the morning of,
Okay.
leading up the
Oh,
procedure
God, this
itself.
is a freaking story.
Let's
dude.
hear it.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
go.
tell us.
I'm curious
So-
because I've heard some that are just like in and out, done for the day. I'm going back to work.
A few questions I'd like to be answered before you start.
Okay.
Are you awake during the procedure? You
Yes.
don't have to answer them now. I'm going to ask them now. Okay.
I'll forget.
After the procedure, I want to know, how many days of recovery. Let's just talk about it.
How big do your balls get?
Oh, dude. So, first off, I scheduled my appointment the day or like the week that we had my 3rd child because my wife's delivery was, I'm scarred from it. It was terrible. So we go in there thinking we're going to do a C-section. Everything's cool. The doctor comes back out, tells me, oh, we're going to have to put her under. She's not taken to the whatever needle, the spinal or epidural. And
Epidural.
Damn, you were already like
they were trying to cut her belly
Used to
open,
it?
and she was like, I can feel that. And so the doctor was like, okay, yeah, we're going to have to put her under. They put her under. I come in there. She's freaking laid out on the freaking table. I'm like, I'm scarred right then.
Yeah.
And then they get the baby out. They send me with the baby. We go back. The baby's crying. And I'm like, I'm cool with the baby crying, whatever.
That's your 3rd one.
3rd one, and dude, they wheel her in, and they're like, dude, she's like hanging over the bed. Dude, she's hanging over the bed, like making some weird ass noises, and like trying to throw up, but nothing's coming out. And like all of a sudden, like all the nurses are paying attention to her, right? And there's one nurse that's standing next to me, and like all of a sudden, you know how like whenever shit just hits you, and you feel them chills like just kind of go, and like it's almost like the blood leaving your head.
Sure.
Well, I felt that shit, and the nurse looked at me and she goes, "Dad, you need to sit down." And I was like, "Okay." So I went to sit down, and all the nurses that were taking care of my wife leave her and just come all over to me, and they're like fanning me and everything. Like, hey, look at her. Like, go take care of her. But anyways, it was just like, it was a miserable experience. The anesthesia and everything, she just didn't take well to it. And I was like, that's it. I'm done. No more. I wanted 4. So,
Well, you're used to that big family kind of
Yeah.
aspect.
yeah.
And
shit,
so
you got
then
3. I mean,
you
that's pretty good.
you put your wiener on a cutting block and they cut it. Is that how they would do it? Or
You just
explain
show
that.
up, you just lay it out there, and they get a big old like butcher knife and
Well, they numb
Done.
it, right?
No.
no. So I scheduled my appointment that following week, and I show up, and I'm nervous. Like, I don't do well with doctors, and I walk into the room, and the nurse is sitting there. Like, they tell you before you show up, make sure you're very clean, like very
Shaved.
clean shaven,
Shaved.
no hair. I spent 3 freaking hours down
Why?
there just like,
Jesus Christ.
no, dude, I was like a,
God damn, you
a
must have been hairy.
newborn baby from ass crack all the way up.
Bro,
Oh, you went full blown.
You went full gooch
Dude.
crack. Oh,
I was like, look, they're going to be messing with your shit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to be like, oh, man, let's go ahead and get this shit done,
Yeah, your taint was clean.
I want them to take care of me.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Well, I show up, and dude, I'm sitting there in the wait. Like, they bring me and my wife to the room, and I'm like, Taylor, I got to take a shit.
Oh God.
Like, you know how you get nervous, your belly's grumbly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like, but I don't want to because, like, what if they're like, oh, you know,
His
what if they
butthole's
say-
dirty.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you got a dingleberry.
she's like,
You wouldn't have one because he was clean shaven.
Could just go.
That
you
one
know?
hair.
So I go with everything, and the nurse comes in there. It's a guy, and he's like, "You okay?"
You requested male.
No.
Every male.
No, they just give you what they got. So I show up. He comes in. He's like, "Man, are you okay?" I'm like, "Not really." And he's like, "Hey, I got you something right now." He's like, "You're gonna feel real good after I give it to you." I'm like, "Hit me with it." He freaking shoots this medicine in my vein. It's called Versed. And dude, I felt my whole body just melt into that seat. Hey, I would have walked across Interstate 10 butt ass naked and not gave a damn about it. Like, this was some good shit. And so I was kind of in and out during the whole procedure, but at one point, I do remember, I think it's maybe when they cut one of them, it felt like a freaking mule just bow right there on my ball sack. Oh, God. Dude.
You're not helping me out because I'm going before too
Like a
long,
lightning
you know?
strike right to the freaking balls. And
Lightning strike. Boy.
Zeus. But that's really the only, I was in and out, you know.
I was in and out, but you know, a goddamn mule kicked me between the legs.
That's the only really thing that I can remember from the actual procedure. After that, I was like texting my dad. I was like, they cut my dick off. I'm going to sue. Like, I was not in the right mind. Like, because I don't talk to my dad like that. Anybody that knows, text, you know. Straight-laced, straight-A guy. And he didn't text me back. And, I mean, and then they bring me home, or Taylor brings me home, and I'm laid up on the couch, and my son brings me some frozen peas because, you know, you're supposed to, like, keep them cold. Sure. But whenever you walk around the first day, don't. Just freaking lay there because, like, just the weight of, like, down there, you know, it's not fun. It's not fun. But
So you need to keep them cradled.
You just lay there. Don't do anything. Make everybody do everything else for you.
Okay.
You're doing orders that day.
You just lay there.
Yeah, odds are, yeah, I'd be doing that.
Look, let me tell you, and y'all might laugh, but a good little hammock for the sack after the procedure, the Duke, man, would be perfect.
The Duke would be a perfect.
Yeah,
the old jock strap.
Yes, that would be good. They cram before you leave. They cram inside your underwear with like a bunch of like gauze and towels and shit, and just to keep it.
So where's the incision? You know,
you can't even see it.
It's in the gooch.
Show us.
You can't even really see it.
Okay, yeah.
Show us
Just
on
rip
camera.
them off and spread eagle real quick.
Show us the way they did it. Taylor, come point, please.
I believe the incision is in the gooch.
You know, I kind of exaggerate it. It's really not that bad, other than that one freaking mule kick. And don't overdo it. When they tell your ass to freaking don't do shit for 3 days, you lay on your ass and don't do anything because
don't
if you
pick up shit,
you will. Yeah.
You'll
be in a bind.
You did it while we're on our.
That's always what I've been told.
You did it while we're on our
Don't
7,
pick
though,
up
huh?
nothing.
So like you came back to work.
I was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard like a 3-day, a good solid 3-day recovery. You're good.
Tanner, you don't have 3 days, man.
I never fucking have 3 days.
You don't get 3 days.
What are you doing the procedure, Tanner? Pretty soon?
Are you going to Disney World first, or
maybe I might take the Disney trip.
dude? How much
have another kid?
How much
We need
compensation?
to have another kid.
Dude, I was
plus-
talking to Tanner's wife earlier. I was like, y'all going to have another one? She was like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
So
Kara,
he ain't-
I'm pretty sure Kara's
Disney's a
100%
magical
against it.
place.
She won't tell you to your face. I think she's against it. I think she's against it more than I am.
Well, because I love Evan to death.
Oh,
like my
he's
nephew.
fucking-
But
I mean,
Jesus Christ, he's
a
lot.
He's the coolest child on the planet,
but he's a lot. He is a lot. That's what I'm going to
is
say.
a lot.
He has been every day, and I've been told everybody this today. Like I'll go in there like this every day this week that I've gone and did orders, I just hear like I'm sitting there listening to Chopped and Screwed H-Town, and I just hear, and he won't stop until I go and answer the door, and it's just I open it. I'm like, he just goes, "What's up, bud? Doing orders, shirts?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "I'm gonna work out." I'm like, "Okay." And like he's over there with like the 2.5 pound dumbbells going. He's getting it. He lays down, does like flat bench and all this shit. And I'm like, and he's like, he gets done. He's like, you know, like flexing and shit. And I'm like, "You done?" He's like, "Just getting started," you know? I'm just like, okay, cool.
Well, so for several minutes before he went out to you this morning, you know, I made him breakfast and everything. I was trying to get him to eat, you know, and he wouldn't eat.
Did you see my truck?
He was
there?
just being a shit.
Oh.
Yeah, well, when I first got up, I opened the blinds and everything, and you weren't there. And I started cooking breakfast, and everything was going smooth. And then you text me, and
I needed a shit this morning.
yeah, you texted me, and I was like, that's kind of odd. And it didn't really catch that, oh, yeah, you're in my driveway. And then I turned around, I saw your truck. I was like, oh, fuck, he's in the shop. So I turned around, I hit the garage door button. Anyway, as soon as he found out you were there, you know, he was balls to the wall. Like 100% ready to fucking go. And I had to hold him back. Like, I just kept holding him back. And finally, Kara said something about, or no, you texted me about getting coffee or whatever. And I read it out loud when I read it, and she's like, "Hey, send Evan out there."
Oh,
I said, "Evan, go tell Uncle Porter he needs coffee," and he was like, just 100% wide open, straight out the door. Yeah, he didn't hold back.
Hey, bud,
whatsoever.
You need some coffee?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I knew it wasn't 10 seconds later you come walking in. You know.
Yeah, well,
he's fucking wide open.
Post-putum, as they call it, like post-mortem, but post-putum. And I just needed some coffee. But
I will tell you this. We've got some pretty badass stuff planned out through the rest of the year. We've got a couple shows we're doing. The Texas Trophy Hunters.
First 3 weekends in August.
Gator Fest, Texas Rice Festival, always great to us. We have a great time doing it. We got some big hunts coming in November, and we're going to be getting at it hard this year for duck season. Really excited about it. And we are running out of time, but Jacob, what a treat and a pleasure to have you join us this evening. I truly enjoyed hanging out with you, visiting with you, bullshitting. It was fun, man. We're definitely going to have to do it again and more often, man. You don't live too far. Y'all need to come out more often. We'll come see y'all. Bring the kids, man. We'll have a good time.
Absolutely, and maybe I'll get here whenever the steaks are hot.
Yeah.
Maybe so, man. Sorry about that.
They were good. They were very good.
He's complaining, man.
Mitchell likes cold steaks, apparently.
Look, we appreciate it. Everybody that does listen. This is episode 37 of the Bayou Dragons podcast. We'll hope we have another guest for next week, another special guest. I think next Tuesday we're going to do that one. So we just appreciate all the listeners and all the followers, and buy Bayou Dragon apparel.
And we got the word. I will say this for those of y'all still listening, we got a really good one coming very soon. So y'all be looking for that one.
Good one.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Okay.
Jacob, thank you.
Yep.